Hello and welcome to your favorite events program, People in the News, right here on your #1 station for news, TVC News Nigeria. My name is Theophilus Ilama, and today we have a lot of exciting events for your viewing pleasure. So sit back, relax, and of course we'll be back to give you more exciting programming today. Stay tuned. Our first story today is all about the T3 network under the leadership of Mrs. Oluwatoyin Pudikom. Of course, they had to celebrate the anniversary of the network as well as the launch of the Torchbearers Academy.
The T3 network anniversary, dedicated to discovering and nurturing individual talents, was a landmark event under the leadership of Mrs. Oluwatoyin Pudikom. The event celebrated T3 Network's mission of helping individuals find their career fit through coaching, capacity building, and connecting, while also launching the Torchbearer initiative. The celebration, which held at an inspiring venue, reflected the essence of T3 Network. The event commenced with a heartfelt welcome address by the founder, Oluwatoyin Pudikom. She expressed gratitude to attendees, highlighting the transformative journey of T3 Network, the challenges overcome, and the significant impact made.
So, while I know that this process or this work is not going to be the easiest, I believe it's one that needs to be done.
During the event, the launch of the Torchbearer Academy took place, beginning with prayers for the founder and co-founder, and then prayers for the new project. After the prayers, a brief introduction was done by Mrs. Pudikom on the purpose of the academy.
We keep on fighting over the few ones that are left, seeing who can offer the prettiest and the most juicy package. And we have so many people who can do this job.
This launch led to the award ceremony, recognizing individuals that had significantly contributed to the network's success over the years and outstanding members of the association. Awards were presented in several categories.
The academy was, politics in the workplace, how to develop your PQ. And when that topic came to my heart, I said, I didn't know anyone else who could handle this topic so effectively, because she knows how to navigate her way. And even I took a lot of learnings away from the session. I had been looking forward to it so much. So it's with great honor that I hand you this small token of appreciation. Thank you.
Graduating cadets were invited to share their testimonies about the T3 network, as well as what they have learned and how it will be put to use in their future endeavors.
I learned a lot of things. I had to unlearn a lot of things. I had to relearn a lot of things. So I'd like to say a very big thank you to Mrs. P for the opportunity.
Other members and guests told TVC News about the impact of the T3 network so far and their thoughts on the future of the network.
I would say that over the years, there's been a lot of impact that Tony and the community have put together for people, especially for young persons who are getting into the workforce. So as we all know, there's been a lot of talk about employability gap, skills gap, fitting into the workplace. And what Tony does is preparing people from interviewing skills to what are the skills that the average employer is looking for. The world of work, as we know, has changed. And the demand is no more solely on what grade you finish with in school, but how prepared you are for the workplace. So from the skills you bring to being ready, work readiness. And I think it's very important because a lot of us talk about problems in Nigeria, and very few people take the opportunity to fix or step into the light. And Tony is feeding into that gap. She's stepped into the light, and it's a small community, but the impact, we've heard a lot of testimonials today, and there's some people that couldn't attend today's event, and I can tell you, as someone who has to keep interviewing people, hire people for the organizations I work with or even other organizations, you know that there is a gap. And it's kudos to her that she's doing this. It's laudable, it's commendable, and I'm really grateful that she's doing this.
Such an inspiration, and in fact, that has led me to be glued to her to champion this vision, and I'm glad I'm part of it. And for the Torchbearers Academy, it's where, of course, mentorship, growth, career push to push people to their career, their desired roles in the future. So far so good. It's been an amazing journey. I actually joined about 1.5 years now, and it's looked like 10 years already, and I'm looking forward to great opportunities to work with Madam Toyin. Thank you.
Okay, so what is your vision for this academy in the next few years?
Okay, in the next few years, I want to see leaders in their own personal space and also in their work career. I want to get reports on how they are inviting me to come celebrate with them on milestone in their career in terms of growth and higher position, higher task in their personal organizations. So I look forward to great testimonies.
I actually joined the network like a year ago, and it has really been wonderful. She's a very approachable person, and all she wants is for someone to grow. Actually, it goes beyond just mentorship. She's very personal with you. She's not just only concerned about probably you being a network. She's also concerned about your work-life balance. What is exactly happening in your life that she can support you with? And since I joined T3 Network, it has actually been wonderful. I'm telling you, I never thought that I could be close to someone of such high status. But I mean, she made herself so approachable that you can walk to her. And like I said, not just about work related, whatever you feel like talking to her with. And then the journey so far has been lovely, and I'm also using this opportunity to congratulate her for the academy that she just launched, or she's launching, and then I wish her all the best.
I am a cadet of the T3 Torchbearers Academy. The experience was wonderful. It was an enlightening 8 weeks. Every weekend I was always busy, always on calls, but it was a very, very wonderful experience. A lot of things that I had not known before, I got to know about them. I got to meet a lot of people. Sincerely, she had time for us. I don't know how she did it, trying to juggle work and every other activity, and then meeting up for our appointments, our meetings, our quiz nights. She's a very wonderful woman. She had time for us. She was ready to teach us everything we wanted to know. So a very big thank you to her, though. Let's just say I and the remaining cadets, we are just the starting point for the academy. The academy is out for greater and bigger things.
If Torchbearer is a continuation of what T3 is doing, I think for this generation, especially the late millennials and Gen Z, whether you say Gen Z up to Gen Alpha, whichever you want to call it, one thing is particularly very interesting. They are blessed. I'll tell you why. Growing up, I didn't have anything like this. Many of us didn't. Many of us didn't have anything like this. Many of us didn't enjoy mentorship. Many of us didn't enjoy an opening to learn. Learning helps you to make decisions that will make a difference in your life, in your career, in your marriage, in your relationship, in your investments. So when you have an opportunity to have a group, a community, like what she established in T3, you would know that individuals who avail themselves, of the opportunities it offers, will always rise faster in their success story. What she started with T3 was an amazing thing, helping young professionals, to learn, to grow, to get better, so that they can look at their career and not be afraid. There were individuals like us who looked at our careers years back and we were afraid at some point. But with what she's doing with T3, you can look at your career and not be afraid, because you take decisions having individuals who can guide you if you want it. For some of us, if we wanted to get that guidance, then we didn't get it.
Also speaking to TVC News, the elegantly dressed founder and co-founder of the T3 network gave insight as to why the initiative was birthed.
The Academy is one that needs to be given a voice, not necessarily because of myself alone, but because of what it represents for our youth today. I've been fond of telling people that I'm not by any means the first person to have this sort of initiative where you prepare university graduates for the workplace. I'm not by any means the only one. There have been people before me. There will be people after me. So this is my own contribution, let's say, to the process of filling our talent pools and not always finding ourselves in a situation where we're looking for hands, skilled labor in our workplaces. We get stuck because we keep on fishing from the same pool. But when you start bringing more people into the workplace and you're able to find people, even if they don't have everything yet, but they are trainable, they've been prepped, so to speak, and primed, so that by the time you're teaching them the things they need to know, they've already been positioned to learn them. And so we have less trouble finding skilled hands, and then we have fewer people leaving our shores for greener pastures. I see the Academy as a well-established place where people are actually fighting to enter. This sort of boot camp that we had for this first cohort of the Academy is just like a launch pad for so many other things we have in the future. I can't let you into all my secrets now, but this is just one of several ways we intend to reach the undergraduates and prepare them for the workplace of today as it stands.
I think it's having a big impact, not because it's big. It started small, but in about 4 years, we've managed to train a little over 1,000 people, and the interesting part of that journey is seeing some of the people that started earlier on, seeing them grow in their careers and now begin to become an influence on other people. So the impact will probably be geometric, and we will never really be able to quantify it. But because it keeps going bigger and bigger. Those 1,000 will probably replicate themselves in 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, and those will now replicate themselves in multiple thousands. So we will never really be able to judge the full impact of what she has started. And I think that's one of the things that is really great about it. It's not a service that she's getting paid for. It's something that is born out of a passion to impact humanity.
We extend our heartfelt wishes to Mrs. Oluwatoyin Podicom for continued success and wish her many more years of impactful leadership.
Can you please clap for her? Appreciate her.